What's going on, you guys? So the Eagles are on to Green Bay to start out the playoffs and everything. And, you know, being at home and everything against the Green Bay Packers is a blessing because, it's always tough to play in Lambeau Field. And especially with Jalen Hurts, quote unquote, trending towards the right direction or trending in the right direction for the playoffs. I think it's a blessing in disguise. But we'll get into that matchup against the Green Bay Packers here in a second. But give a little bit of a recap of what happened yesterday. The Eagles took down the Giants where... the Giants clearly were listless. Drew Lock went 22 of 29 for a $138, a touchdown and a pick. And Malik Neighbors looked good though, 5 for 64 and a touchdown. He is actually going to be really legit and everything. But as for the Eagles, so Tanner McKee, we might have something in Tanner McKee. I'm just going to put that out there. 27 of 41 for 269 and 2 was Tanner McKee. And the way he's conducted himself over the last couple of weeks is putting it into question. Because here's the thing. Coming out of Stanford, Tanner McKee was low-key a hinge first-round draft pick. I saw him going to a couple of different teams. Mocked, actually. But Tanner McKee looked good. And I know that it was the Giants' defense, which actually isn't that bad. Honestly, the defense for the Giants is pretty good. You got Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Cordell Flott, I've liked for a really long time. Deontay Johnson, and all those guys. Andrew Phillips is a stud as well. So I know they didn't have, some of their other studs out there. Don't want to mention the defensive tackle. Just kidding. Dexter Lawrence is an absolute stud. But to be completely honest with you, both teams playing their twos, or at least a little bit of their twos, this was still a pretty good game. But Oren Burks for the Eagles finished with 17 tackles, looked really good in there. We got a really good look, in my opinion, at Sidney Brown, who got a pick as well. If he can stay healthy, I really believe he can be one of the best safeties in the league. Moro Ojomo looked pretty good. No pressure on the quarterbacks, which was a little bit worrisome considering it's, Drew Lock and the Giants' offensive line, but it is what it is there. The Giants actually ran the ball pretty well as well. 14 for 59 for Tyrone Tracy, 7 for 22 for Devin Singletary and company, so that was something to monitor as there as well. Wan'Dale Robertson also had 10 for 43 catches. 10 catches for 43 yards. Anyway, but Jahan Dotson, 7 for 94. So this whole mantra that the Eagles could possibly go with a wide receiver in the first round, maybe, but I think it's more likely that they could suture up a lot of different places, namely defensive ending and everything. So, like we said, heading to play the Packers is going to be interesting. Jordan Love and company, they're a good team, well coached and everything. And the Eagles defense, especially with Jalen Hurts back and everything, it's going to have to take care of things to start out with because to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts. I hope he's good to go. If not, who do you start? Do you start Tanner McKee? Do you start Kenny Pickett? I might be leaning towards Tanner McKee because it's one thing to play well against twos, but it's another thing to remember that these are still NFL players. And Tanner McKee we really don't know what he is. He's developed himself throughout the preseasons and everything. He's looked really good. Could the Eagles have something special in Tanner McKee? It's possible to where at least at the worst case, what's he, at least a high-end backup? Okay, but what's the best case? Could he be a quarterback for somebody in the NFL? Maybe. He's got the tools. He's got the arm, the size. I think he does a really good job with reads and everything. So could be something there for the Eagles, and I think it's going to be interesting for us to watch as this whole thing unfolds. So overall, let us know what you guys think about the Eagles' latest win over the New York Giants and the mantra of on to Green Bay. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.